park here in Nairobi, where we understand that the National Environmental Management Authority is conducting an inspection. Our reporter Mark Namaswa is there, now joins us live with an update. Mark Namaswa, this is an impromptu visit by the National Environment and Management Authority. What do you have for us on your side? All right, those are live pictures for you on your screen, and our reporter Mark Namaswa is there giving us that live feed where the National Management Environment Authority have actually done an impromptu raid at the Samia Park, and we will be able to know why that raid has been conducted by the National National Environment Management Authority. But what you're seeing right now are live pictures for you on your screen. Later on, we'll be linking up with our reporter Mark Namaswa, who is with the NEMA officials at the Samia Agricultural Park. Let's now talk to our reporter Mark Namaswa. You can see he's now ready to give us a link of what's happening there. Mark Namaswa, I believe you can hear me now. Kindly bring us up to date with what's happening there.
So what is currently happening here at Samia Agriculture Kenya Limited is that the National Environment Management Authority is conducting a raid, and based on the premises that there have been cases of discharging untreated effluents into the sewerage system. So what is happening right now is that there's an exchange between NEMA officials and officials of this company. They are protesting the presence of media. In fact, when we came in, there was a shutdown. They decided to lock us out, but NEMA officials forced their way inside, and the journalists followed. So right now, the crowd that you can see around here is a group of journalists and some officials from Samia Agriculture Kenya Limited, who are trying to come to a consensus with NEMA officials on the modalities about inspecting the premises. But so far, the information that we have is that NEMA has barged into these premises because they say that they suspect this company has been discharging untreated effluents into the sewerage system. So right now, they're still deliberating on how to approach the entire issue, whether they will allow NEMA officials into their production plant and see how they treat the effluents or the waste that comes out of this establishment, and whether they have contravened environmental management laws or not. So right now, it's still a standoff.
Namaswa, I mean, of course, we understand it's a NEMA raid on the Samia Agriculture Kenya Limited, but was the company given notice, or did NEMA actually write a letter to the company raising concern when it comes to the waste disposal?
Now, when we were communicating with the NEMA officials, they told us that sometimes the raids of this kind are done on the basis of info that has been supplied in confidence, which means they do not alert you on when they are coming to raid so that they can be able to possibly catch you in the act. So we suspect this is the kind of approach they decided to take on this matter. But in the past, we've had, about a week ago, they also had a similar raid, attempted raid at the Nairobi Water and Sewerage Company, where the acting MD managed to get away because he had been tipped off of their impending arrival. And in fact, Nairobi Water was also accused of discharging effluents into the Nairobi River, and the MD got a tip-off and took off. So I suspect they decided to take this approach to conduct an ambush. So right now, what is happening, we're still shuffling here and there between company officials and NEMA officials on whether they will be allowed into the premises and fully inspect. But right now, the information is still scanty. NEMA trying to gain access, company officials putting up some resistance.
And Mark, what I'm seeing on a screen right now, it looks like an altercation between NEMA officials and the management of Samia Agriculture Kenya Limited. But one would ask, this company has been operating for many years. Why now?
And they were assembling there.
Yeah, that is the billion-dollar question, because we've had several companies just discharging effluents not only into the sewerage system but also into the Nairobi River. The Nairobi River looks just like a ditch And this has been happening all those years, but now the big question is, why is it that right now, when everything seems to have gone to the dogs, that we have some form of reactionary measures? We will try to seek answers from NEMA on why they decided to do this at this point in time, given that we've always known Nairobi to be as polluted as ever for the longest period of time, and they've never let us know why they have been supposedly sleeping on the job. But right now, we're still waiting to see whether access will be granted or not, and whether there was official permission or authorization to get into the premises, premises or not. But right now, it's just shuffling here and there, and company officials, I can see from through the window, what you can see there is trying to flip through their documents, because before you set up company or an establishment of this nature, you have to get all the necessary approvals, including explaining how exactly your plant or your establishment has set up modalities of waste disposal. So it is quite paradoxical that at this point in time, after the company has run for a number of years, that NEMA is coming up with claims that they are possibly discharging untreated waste into the sewerage system. We need to get answers from NEMA also. Why now? And on what modalities or on what premises are they conducting this raid at this point in time? Back to you.
So, Mark, lastly, is Samia Agriculture Kenya Limited looking at, probably the possibility of being shut down?
At this point in time, I can hear, we've walked past bundles or bales of their products, mainly milk, and the plant seems fully operational. From my deduction, it looks like they did not really expect us to show up, or did not expect NEMA to show up at this point in time. So right now, one by one, initially there was resistance. We couldn't get in through the reception zone. Now we are getting into the main plant. And we hope that with the paperwork they have produced and the documentation from their offices, and with the access that is gradually seeding ground, we'll be able to get to the bottom of the matter and find out exactly what they have been doing and why NEMA decided to barge in at this point in time. So we are getting to the back end of the milk processing plant, where we expect NEMA. I can see NEMA officials already here, so they're opening up their sewer system so NEMA can take a look. But they also have to tell us on what premises did they decide that today is the day that the Lord has made, that they will come in and inspect Samia Agriculture Kenya Limited. So right now, this is an official from the company been pointing out to NEMA officials and the media on how they run things around here.
All the way to that effluent treatment plant. So we will take you to the effluent treatment plant so that you can have a look at it.
Who are you?
My name is Peter. I am in charge of quality. Peter Ndonyo, my name. Yeah.
So had you been alerted that NEMA will be coming to check?
No. We had no information, and that is why you can see that there is some kind of confusion. We did not know whether you were coming. Ours was just a normal day, the way we normally do our running.
As far as you are aware, have you been in compliance with all the regulations concerning waste disposal?
Yes, as far as we are concerned, as far as the analysis which we normally do with our external laboratories, we have been in compliance all along. And that is why that plant was put up. Yeah? So that whatever we discharge to the municipal, it could be complying to the standards of the municipal.
Okay, so yes, I think we should get going.
Okay.
So this is one of the factory officials showing us around, and right now we are heading to the waste treatment.
Guys, I know we also looking at, let's look at the process, and then we can have a comprehensive interview with them, kindly, so that we can be systematic.
After we are through.
So that also this guy also gives us the facts. It's a fact we want to get.
So NEMA officials tell us that they are on a fact-finding mission. So we'll walk along with them and see through the process what they were looking for and what info they got that prompted them to launch a raid here.
All right, live pictures for you right there from the Samia Agriculture Limited, where NEMA officials have actually done an impromptu raid at the company following claims that the company is actually not properly discharging its waste, and it's discharging it to the Nairobi River. So questions are still lingering as to whether the allegations leveled against the Samia Agriculture Kenya Limited are true. And if they're true, what's next for that company? Is it facing a shutdown? All that we'll be able to know once Mark Namaswa gives us the latest details at the end of that impromptu raid that has been carried out by NEMA